When you hear the word cancer, what do you think? Let's take that up a level. When you hear the words stage 4 cancer, what goes through your mind then? I've had the opportunity now to hear both diagnoses, not for myself, but for my wife, Sarah. Make sure you check out the rest of her videos. And in this video, I want to talk about what that's like, hearing those words. In my last video, I kind of talked about the roller coaster of emotions that we go through or that we've gone through over the past few years on this cancer journey. And today I want to look more specifically at what it feels like when stage 4 cancer is the diagnosis, and what that feels like for me as a partner, as her spouse, and as her primary caregiver. Before we go, it really helps if you click like. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified when new videos drop from our channel, both mine and Sarah's. And let's get into this. When a cancer diagnosis is given, to begin with, at least for us, I shouldn't even say for us. For me, it wasn't scary. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't concerned. As I said in my last video, it was minor. It was going to go away. And it was just a small part of that moment in time, small part of our life. And it was going to go away. Fast forward a few years, and we do hear stage 4 cancer. And we've been through so much already. We've been through ups and downs with treatment. We've been through just everybody's case is their own, but for us, hell and back. We had a baby. We were in the middle of COVID. Just things were good, things were bad, and then the stage 4 cancer diagnosis. And you ask so many questions. Why? Being one of the biggest ones. Why? Why us? Why Sarah? Why our family? We haven't done anything wrong. Why do we deserve this? Nobody deserves it. And I've said it a million times. That's the one thing that cancer does right, is it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how fat you are, how ugly you are, what color you are. Nothing matters. Cancer does not discriminate. Sarah is really young. Most melanoma patients are older. And so it was surprising. Most people also think of skin cancer, myself included, as moles. It's like tags of skin that can be removed. When you think of skin cancer, when you think of any cancer, what do you think? What is the image in your mind? For me, based on my experiences growing up, prior to this experience with Sarah, cancer popped into my mind as a very thin person that is sick, physically sick, like throwing up, and no hair on their body. that was my exposure. That was what was in movies. That was what we were taught in school. It was very, very limited. So when I learned that cancer is what Sarah has, my whole idea of cancer went out the door. It wasn't that. You can look healthy, you can feel good, you can look like anybody else and have cancer. And have stage 4 cancer. That diagnosis scared the hell out of me. Stage 4, from my past experience, which was limited, as I mentioned, was you're not going to live much longer. Your time is up. So immediately when I hear stage 4, I immediately was afraid. I immediately started grieving, and I immediately started wondering how do I do this? With that said, I want to give a big, huge props to all the single parents out there. Because that right there, other than losing my wife, that becoming a single parent was my single biggest fear after losing Sarah. Which I have not lost her, and I have not given up hope. And we are still fighting. This is all in that moment. In that moment. And that moment lasted more than just a moment, more than just a minute, more than just hours, days of these thoughts consuming me. All while taking care of my kids, taking care of Sarah when she needed. All while dealing with that, fronting that I'm okay, but having an internal battle of how do I plan, when do I plan, what do I need to get ready for? I need to emotionally guard myself. I need to be ready for my kids. I need to. And it was consuming. I was terrified. Breakdowns, emotional breakdowns that I didn't even understand. Like, there's times where cancer wasn't on my mind. I think I was just so tired and so lost and that I would just emotionally crash, physically crash. To the point where there was times where I would curl up next to the bed on the floor and just stop thinking, stop caring, let the feels go through, but everything else just stop time. Those times didn't accomplish anything. Those times I got no great ideas on how to fix everything. But I stopped and I rested. I didn't sleep, I just rested, breathed. And I was just there in that moment right then. Grieving, scared, but resting. That diagnosis changed our lives. And it still, every day, is part of our lives. But I think it's true that, time heals. It's still there, and time heals. Time makes things easier to some extent. And we had a long moment. I had a long moment of grieving the potential loss of Sarah, grieving the information, just grieving, processing all that had happened with that diagnosis. And it's okay. It's okay to process things that hurt, things that make us afraid, things that make us want to run away, things that we have to tell our families. It's okay to process those. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to break down and Take your own time. It's also okay to not do what everyone says. It's also okay to not plan ahead. It's also okay to do what you need to do to take care of yourself. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk to somebody that's a professional. It's okay. Whatever you need to take care of yourself is okay. So now that diagnosis happened a while ago, and we're still dealing, the breakdowns happen less. There's less fear as we're seeing this fight, this struggle continue. and we're seeing the treatment have success and the cancer show up less on the scans. The brain MRI came back clean. And so we're getting good news and we're processing that, which is seemingly harder than processing the bad news at this point. But that was my struggle. And it's a different struggle than Sarah had, but it's also similar. I didn't have to worry about me, myself, dying from cancer. And Sarah did, but we both had the same fears. What if and how? What can she do to make it so we're okay had she passed? And she hasn't. And she's not planning on it. Damn it. But stage 4 brings, or I should say brought for us, a whole other level of scary and realism that the initial diagnosis of melanoma did not bring. That's heavy. It really is. But talking about it and learning to cope and dealing with stress in lots of different ways has helped make it possible for us to talk to you guys, for me to talk to you guys about this. And hopefully that's helping you guys as well and help people understand what's going on. And if you are in my position where you're a primary caregiver, a spouse, a partner, best friend, hopefully this helps you know you're not alone. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more videos of situations that we've gone through. So make sure you've liked, subscribed, and are keeping an eye out for those videos, because we're here to help each other. That's all there is to it. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining me for this video. Have a wonderful day, morning, night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time.